Alright, we're gonna be moving on to our first game of stream. Let's see here. I have a SNES and a Game Boy emulator at the ready for today. We're going to not be playing a lot of Steam games today. Who would have thought? Okay, controller. Nope, that's the wrong controller. I can almost call it controller litter at this point. The amount of controllers are in my room now, between the consoles that were permanently borrowing from Big Sis, I guess, a GameCube and a Xbox 360, meaning that we have a PS4, a GameCube, a 360, all like kind of commingled with our computer. And of course, we're gonna be playing fucking Game Boy. Because we're cool like that. Alright, Chlidren of Magia. This is a demo for a homebrew in development by the same dev that made Repugnant Bounty, which you may remember us playing a year or two ago, that we really loved. This one's more of a Zelda-like. I played a early alpha of it, or someone in my system did, like a month or two ago, I'm pretty sure. But this is a more further along build and a teaser for the story. BGB, let's go! Best emulator and the one used for development of this game. Oh, thank you so much for being here, Skills. I always appreciate you letting us see where you're at along with your development. And honestly, although the first game I think I'll develop will not be a Game Boy game, I do think it is something I want to try, because I don't know. There's something about the style, and not just your games, but a lot of games in the space, and like the homebrew, like portable game space is just like so much talent and skill and hard work. I'm kind of mad at myself for opening with talent because I hate talent. I work for my art being good. It's just not good automatically. Lulu, are you in here? The festival has started. Please make your way down. Can't sleep. You gaze deep into the mirror, but there's no reflection. Cottagecore for real. There you are. Please accompany me outside. But I'm not ready. Felicia wants you to familiarize yourself with the layout of the village. Please talk to the other familiars and enjoy the festival. This mushroom is delicious. I feel super just from a single bite. I prefer to watch from a distance. It's nice to feel a cool breeze from the ocean. It hits your face while the distant sound of the music fills the air. It kind of gives you a different perspective. Don't you think? Being the only human in a village of furries definitely has a Animal Crossing vibe. Speaking of Animal Crossing, I heard someone talk about Animal Crossing games being Skinner boxes online recently, and it felt so wrong-headed, but at the same time, like, I don't know. The fact that there's not a lot of games like Animal Crossing that, like, try to do, like, say, a gacha mechanic or, like, a lot of in-game transactions tells me that it doesn't seem like an exploitable model right now. And I don't know, as much as I love playing Animal Crossing daily, I fall off of it all the time. So forming a habit, I think, especially for my addicted ass, has been particularly hard. So it's hard for me to think of it as, like, a Skinner bots mechanic, but, like, I do see how, like, how it invites you to just play continuously be a thing. I mean, that's how we get the almost creepypasta of the guy who plays GameCube of his mom's old Animal Crossing save that she kept playing for like 30 years or something. Sorry, I don't think Animal Crossing has existed for 30 years. 20 years. Okay, I can't talk to— oh wait, am I pressing the wrong button? I was pressing the wrong button. Ah, you're the head witch's newest congregation. It's nice to meet you. But you are strange. All the other familiars Felicia conjures are animals like us. How strange, Kun. Yeah, I thought that was strange too. I'm glad that it's not just a neat quirk. I mean, honestly, if you look at the like advertisements and stuff for Chlidren of Magia, you see 2 characters, and the game doesn't seem to have a second playable character, like a boy playable character, for example. Though from what I played testing this out, and what I've been scratching my head about lately and with the story, I'll reveal a little bit closer to when I'm done with the demo. And this is just my thoughts, obviously. Are you enjoying the party, Kun? Please God, tell me that Animal Crossing isn't 30 years old. Yeah, no, it's not. Imagine, though. They are Skinner bots, but for long-term play in short increments. I guess that being a Skinner bots isn't the worst thing in the world. I mean, some games are simplified to be those in a lot of ways because of mechanics, and I think that sometimes it can feel invalidating as someone who is very much a video games art sort of person. I know video games are art regardless of your opinion of it, but like even within game design, or I guess like historically, I should say, historically, when you're talking about like game devs and their intentions and what they deem as important, like if you go back far enough, you'll get like the developers of Doom. I believe at least one of them was more about like arcade style and like that looping of play, not really focusing on it as a narrative medium. And there's a lot of games that balance it, but obviously are tilting in one direction rather than the other. Like I would say roguelikes generally aren't necessarily robust engines for telling a story, but then you have something like Hades, where people are like so engaged with the eccentricities of all the individual characters and how it feeds into learning about them with the gameplay loop. But ultimately, a game like that is going to make you, or encourage you to play it in a never-ending loop. Like, video games kind of demand to never be put down. Well, if they have good replay value, I guess. The head witch made this house her study, Kun. She's busy right now, but she'll be out of there soon. She won't show it, but she's been riddled with pressure from the college to find something of value on the island, or they'll cut her funding, and we'll have to return to the mainland. Now that I think about it, we're cooked, aren't we? It sounds like someone is hastily rummaging through a thousand reams of paper. I feel like the "we're cooked, aren't we?" when I first read it, not being sure in the first build what the tone was ultimately, because there aren't a lot of breaks from like the tone that's kind of being set here in earnest, but at the same time that feels like not exactly a fourth wall break. Like, something that I found out about recently was like, I shouldn't say it's schism, but there's a divide in people that, you know, in anime you would just think about it with like, do you want a direct translation or do you prefer localization to play around a little bit? The Ghost Stories dub is one localization that played around so much they basically changed the story or changed the experience. With video games, it can be different, but you can have a localization like Nier, and now you have two different like Niers where you have Dad Nier and Brother Nier, respectively, and it only came because of localization. And some people prefer the weird Dad localization, for example, and within more niche circles, especially within like say ROM hack and just ROM circles in general, especially if you're looking for, say, a fan translation of a game that historically did not get an official translation. You might get people who are really annoyed that the only translation has like a bunch of personality injected in from the people who translated and localized it, as opposed to just giving you straight facts what the translation should say. And sometimes even nowadays localization is sort of divisive amongst people who care. I remember the Unicorn Overlord translation, particularly last year, got a lot of attention because of its flowery language that was not a direct translation. And I'm saying all this as a preamble, just on that one phrase alone, it's like, we're cooked, aren't we? Like, this current day speech feels a lot like those gags in early 90s anime that kind of showed the hand of the people who were translating, as opposed to just putting in exactly like, oh, this sucks, or some sort of like more vague phrase. Because honestly, in terms of someone who does a lot of writing and doesn't have someone who can always edit work, I am so in love with anyone who can be an editor and like go over stuff and sometimes refine stuff, because sometimes the original thing was benign and didn't have a lot of intentionality in it, and I definitely don't want someone to like willy-nilly change stuff around to just fit what they think the story is, but I do think that there is a little bit of wiggle room. Obviously, this is, you know, original writing and not like a localization, but considering the frame of an old Game Boy game, it's almost like inserting your own history. It's like, what if this game actually existed at the time in which this was the most recent handheld console? And then you have that phrase, "we're cooked, aren't we?" feel a lot different, especially if you're like me, a child inside, and like to reflect on things with that sense of wonder. And it's like, oh, we're cooked, aren't we? And now I'm just saying we're cooked, aren't we, all the time, and I'm saying it based off of this game and not like, I don't know, watching a fucking Donkey video. Not that there's anything wrong with video game Donkey. I mean, I'm sure there is, but I am not knowledgeable enough to say. So, you're Felicia's newest creation. Welcome to the Village of Tides. Felicia has been working hard for a long time to try and uncover the secrets of this island. That's why she created us. That's what you're here for, too. We are her helpers. There are many of us in different places around the island. Maybe you'll bump into one of us at some point. I hope we'll become good friends. Sorry, I went on for a long time about a single line of dialogue that probably isn't that big a deal. We are cooked. We're so cooked. But at least we'll taste good. My mask. I got it from the shop over there. Huh? Oh, it's from a game I played a while back. Truthfully though, I think the story kinda sucks. No! Repugnant Bounty's story is awesome! I wish there was like more lore notes or something, but nah, it's a solid story. Gosh, I should do some Repugnant Bounty, like fan art. Ever since I finally did fan art for, or I guess originally, did fan art for Nano Apostle with like the anime girl in the test tube, and we did all that. Like, I've been really wanting to do some more test tube art, and my favorite art related to Repugnant Bounty is the main character in the test tube, and I'm just like, I like test tubes. Would being in a test tube with a breathing mask, but on purpose, be sort of like breath play? It could be kind of like an extended breath play, not like a constriction of it, but more like, oh my gosh, if I take this mask off, I would just drown. Isn't that so cool? I better breathe very controlled. Damn, I'm a fucking freak. Hey, you're pretty funny looking. You need a mask to cover up that situation? Wait a second. You ain't got no money! Huh? You can't find any money? Well, I doubt you'd be able to with all the noise. I tell you, that witch ain't normal. She adores tiny and soft and fluffy stuff, yeah? She completely uprooted the economy over the short course of 2 years, yeah! Said the old currency was barbaric and dozy. Whatever that means. Then, when the government mockingly told her she was nuts, she went and spawned an entire currency that quickly crunched the whole thing. And when I say spawn, I really mean it. She created an entirely new species. It's a living currency. You can catch it in a wild, but you can't breed it. And of course, it's small and fluffy. Some people keep them as pets. They're like little hamsters you trade around. Their fur color determines their value. Anyway, don't fret about the mask. I'm sure you'll be able to get them later. Cute. So that's some interesting lore. Also thinking about the, like, we're on an island, like, a witch went on a college, I guess you could say, like a, what do they call them? Gosh, I'm a college dropout, so I never actually did one. It's like a independent study. It's like, she works for a university or something, or I guess the witches university. Maybe she's a teacher, maybe she's like in the witch school, the grad school witch equivalent, and she went on this expedition to this place, and it should just be like her and like a single familiar, but she likes creating things and made a whole race of fluffy people to, I guess, help her with chores and stuff, and makes a whole little mini village, because that's just what you do, I guess. And I guess the context of finding a reason to stay here, a reason for the study to continue, is kind of a big deal for her, but it's also like their way of life will change, and they probably won't be able to fit in where she would be living if she wasn't on the island. So it's an interesting difference of stakes, but there are stakes here. This village was built in the roots of the Tree of Magia. It's been here for thousands of years, yet there is very little trace of who made it left. Felicia has been working hard for a long time to try and uncover the secrets of this island. That's why she created us. That's what you're here for too. We are her helpers. There are many of us in different places around the island. Maybe you'll bump into one of us at some point, Kun. If Felicia's their guide, Their Lulu is like, well, not Eve, more like Lilith. Lilith if God wasn't a dick. And if Lilith was a lolly. Did I talk to everyone? I might have talked to everyone. Are you empty spaces? I don't think I'm empty spaces. Expedition. An expedition. Okay. Interesting. I'm thinking about the greater frameworks for the reason why she's here and why she or what she will be returning back to if the expedition fails. Once you're finished with the festival, you may return to your room and sleep. I know this may be a bit overwhelming. You learn just a bit at a time. Don't fret and keep your head up. You'll get into the swing of things eventually. Alright, that was a nice festival. Call it a night. Go to bed! When you said Felicia, you somehow woke up a headmate that we didn't even know we had, so I guess that happened. Well, hi Felicia! The music is a vibe. Bed, 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 Bath and Beyond. To bed, Bath and Beyond! Oh. Sorry I didn't see you sooner, kiddo. A witch's business is never easy. Did you enjoy the festival? Interesting. Remarkable. Perfect, even. What? Flawless teeth, too. You really are a marvel of magia, if I do say so myself. Then it's settled. Come to my study tomorrow afternoon. I have a very important assignment for you.
You're a lot stronger than you are, kiddo.
I think you'll do just fine. On your way now. I feel funny. I like it when Miss Felicia touches me. It makes me feel special. I know I'm special, obviously. When you get her in our study, keep getting her to repeat herself. Oh, okay. I'm looking forward to that. I didn't do that while I was testing. Go to bed. I love how the shirt is half tucked in. You gaze deep into the mirror, but there's no reflection. Wow. It's so exciting out here. Come here! Come here! Talk to me! Stop being mean! You're not gonna talk to me, are you? You don't have anything to say! I feel so rejected. I was blocking their walking path. Shaffers, purchase everything or else. Welcome to the Shaffers. Stock up on what you need from one of our vendors. Item shop. Boy, this is really expensive. Hiya, need a weapon? Stick and cool stick. You don't have enough currency, critters. No! I'm out of currency, critters. Whoa, there's a lot of shops here. What the fuck? Yes, it's the Bucket House. Sorry, Bucket Mouse. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Like, help! The soldiers are coming to sanctuary. Oh, and very text is your internal thoughts. I wasn't sure how to take it. I mean, it seemed like it was, but I wasn't completely sure. It's a cool way to display it instead of having, like, say, a text bubble. Or a thought bubble. Or I guess you could maybe change the color of the font to maybe try to show internal thoughts. Although that could be confused with different speakers too. What a massive door! Chat, the door is so massive, I could barely fit in it. I need to talk to Felicia first. My stupid joke was cut off. Wait, wrong place. This is not Felicia's house. Felicia's house is one above. Alright, kiddo, listen up. There's an ancient ruin just north of this village here. For your first expedition in the field, I want to see what you can find in there. And bring it back to me. Sound easy enough? Huh? There's an ancient ruin just north of this here village. For your first expedition in the field, I want to see what you can find in there. And bring it back to me. Sound easy enough? Huh? There's an ancient ruin just north of here in the village. For your first expedition in the field, I want you to see what you can find in there. And bring it back to me. Sound easy enough? Huh? There's an ancient ruin north of the village. Go there. Huh? You were kicked out! That was kind of annoying. Why would you send her to the Tower of Tides? Didn't we document that place? Top to bottom when we first landed here. I want you to know how meticulous she is before I send her to lesser explored areas. I don't want to miss anything. We can compare findings with ours later. Makes sense, I suppose. There's a book over there that I need. I need a fluffy little baby to help me. I'm almost 22. Yeah, but when you're fluffy and small enough, no one can tell the difference. Diet fluffy baby. I guess I'm gonna try to find some critter monies, cause when I tried this out, I finished the demo without actually being able to fight anything. Wait! Felicia forgot to tell you. You need to get a sword from Shaffers. Shaffers is where we sell stuff familiars need for their work. That includes you. Since you haven't gotten a chance to catch any money yet, I'll give you just enough to buy a cheap sword. I know that doesn't sound very appealing, but our budget is extremely tight right now. You have to upgrade your gear on your own dime. Shaffers is on the far west of the village. You absolutely need a weapon to defend yourself with. The monsters on the island have been acting erratically since yesterday. No doubt because of the noise from the festival. Oh yeah, one more thing. When you do eventually find your own money, you'll have to catch it before it runs away from you. Okay, so... Oh. 5 currency creatures. Okay, that makes sense. I was like, why don't you just hand it to me? It's like, they're money people. I mean, they're not people. They're money critters. Time to get a cool sword. So, apparently, you can skip that entire conversation, in my experience, in this current build, by if you just go out this way. If you leave the village this way, then she doesn't come and give you money. And that's what I did. And that's why I did not get a sword. So when you play the demo yourself, you can get a sword and not be a dummy like me. Bobby pinned instructions on your shirt. I suppose hamsters as currency. I support hamsters as currency. Cool stick. You got a cool stick! It's not very effective for serious combat, but it can at least do some damage. Albeit only 2 damage. Technically falls under the long sword category. See ya! I was trying to swing my sword and I was like, maybe I need to equip it, and I was like, well, I'm indoors, and now I'm also in the village where I probably shouldn't be hitting people with sticks. So I'll leave the normal pedestrian way, and then I'll see if I can hit things with sticks. Yes! Ooh! Nice, nice. Make sure to not enter the Tower of Tides. Demo will end. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you can speedrun this demo. I accidentally speedran this demo and immediately end the demo without figuring out how to get a sword, without having gone to the shop, and just was like, huh, I did run around and take damage. So I hope you understand, aspiring fellow VTubers. Do a test run of a game you want to play for stream first. Ruin Site. Village of Tides. Yeah, when you get to the top of the tower, it just goes, game over. I mean, thanks for playing. What? Oh, okay. That happened. Testing the game before you stream it? Only took y'all 5 years. I feel insulted. Even if it is true. That's mean. Mean. My hand was forced because we kept having trouble playing games on emulators, like starting a stream, having planned on playing a game, and then immediately we can't get our controller to work, and we either have to bite the bullet and try to play it on a keyboard, or we oftentimes just skipped it. Oh! Awkward. I did not... So anywhere that would be a different area ends the demo. I mean, I guess I also have to ask, did you intend the demo to be very long? Not that the demo needs to be long, mind you. It's certainly an engaging vertical slice. The plan is there were two paths, but you can choose it by not entering one of the dungeons. Ah, I see. I know in game development that D&D adage is also like a thing that a lot of people keep in mind. The thing where it's like, oh, your players are going to engage with your game in ways that you did not imagine or did not assume would be, well, I guess not necessarily typical, because I am certainly not a typical player. Can't sleep. Can't sleep. Damn, I thought I talked to everyone already. I did talk to the shopkeeper, right? Okay, you'll always direct me there. Okay, have it a Morgana situation, or a reverse Morgana situation. Where it's like, she won't let me go to sleep! Alright, talk to the fluffy person at the beach. Familiarize yourself with the village. Oh yeah, I guess I didn't try going to any buildings. Try going to the far left? So there's the two people over by the mass cellar, but further down. There's you. And then there's you. I don't... Maybe I missed that conversation. Oh, I can't cut through here? No, I can't. I can't cut through here. That's a lie. That's a dirty, rotten lie. That's why I wasn't going through there. I've certainly familiarized myself with the village, though. Shit. That one's locked. Okay, maybe... I'm pretty sure I talked to them. Maybe the game is just codependent with me. I did get both the villagers on the side of the store before. Did I somehow break the order stuff, maybe? By trying to sleep before talking to everyone? Let me go! Whoa. Reset. Had to blow the cartridge. Okay, I'll make sure not to try to go to sleep beforehand. Okay, we start with the right side of the village and we move from... I'll move all the way from the beach all the way to the other side of the village. I guess it is a perfect time for me to talk about my theories about how the story is going to go. And what I'm expecting a little bit. So, something I gleaned from the, like, I'm pretty sure it was the Itch.io page? There was a little bit of lore about that Lulu is made in the, like, in the image of a kid on a mural found on the island. And so they're like a parasocial facsimile of someone who existed and had some importance on the island. Maybe someone with some sort of magical destiny, or someone with some sort of magical powers, it seems. Because based on the Ruru having someone else that looks like them on the cover art, but there not being a second human familiar that Felicia has made, seems to suggest that we will meet this original kiddo. And maybe there's something else about Ruru's creation that makes her more important than she would otherwise be. I wasn't sure if it's just if it was originally just okay, you're a human, so obviously you're special, you know? A human supremacy, I suppose. But I'm expecting some amount of, like, reflection and self-discovery, especially with the whole the text in your own home when you look in the mirror saying you look in the mirror but you don't see a reflection, and it's like, what if I'm like only half of myself or something? I don't know, especially if it's like a twin situation, or like a doppelganger situation, then there's reason to suggest that, you know, there would be a sense of otherness from others and a closeness to this lack of self. Like, imagine not being able to look at yourself in the mirror and then you see someone who reportedly looks just like you. I think that would be very captivating. Obviously, your silence means a lot, Skittles. Also, I think it's funny about basically poking fun at yourself with saying that Repugnant Bounty doesn't have a good story or whatever, or maybe you're reflecting what some people may have said about it. I'm not sure, but something that I think of as integral to my experience of Repugnant Bounty is the plot twist. The plot twist that connects to not just the premise but the title itself, you know? And so I'm not exactly being like you're like M. Night Shyamalan but of Game Boy Color homebrews. My vibe with the approach to the writing and the story, I expect there to be a subversion or a change of concept based on the expectations going in. And I love paying attention to, there's the one advert you have of Ruru and whoever that other character is, and there's like screenshots and stuff, and it looks just like one of those old like full page spreads from like, I don't know, Game Informer or Game Pro back in the day. And I remember growing up just looking at those pages for hours and not being able to play the actual some of the games that they were too, and just being like imagining what the game was about and like what the story was gonna do just based on the adverts alone. And I mean, in a world where you can get spoiled on a Marvel film based on its fucking Lego set, I think that it's I'm not exactly at a dead end by digging into like all the little bits of art you've put out about Chlidren of Magia. Because in the same way, looking at the art for Repugnant Bounty, like the ancillary like advertisement art, you could piece together something about the plot twist based on that stuff. I won't talk about it too much because if anyone wants to play Repugnant Bounty, I don't want to completely take away the surprise. But I will say that in retrospect, I should have seen it coming. Ooh. Sorry, I didn't see you there sooner, kiddo. A witch's business is never easy. Did you enjoy the festival? Interesting. Remarkable. Perfect, even. Oh, flawless feat, too. You really are a marvel of magia, if I do say so myself. Then it's settled. Come to my study tomorrow afternoon. I have a very important assignment for you. I think you'll do just fine. On your way now. Ever since I think Final Fantasy VII, with the polygonal characters you run around with, not the ones you fight in battle or during the cutscenes, and just how much can be expressed just through the fucking eyes in those models, even when they don't have a mouth per se. Like, there's just something about it that I've always fallen in love with like limited sprite work. Felicia in particular is just very mommy. You know? I'm glad she's voiced. Huh? What? Excuse me? Why can't I go to bed? I want to go to bed. I pressed the wrong button. I can go to bed. See, sometimes I don't know if the game is glitching or if I'm just a dumbass. There's gonna be a prequel manga for Chlidren of Magia? I'm gonna. That's gonna be cool. It must be a lot of work, like, doing all the art and programming and, Alright, kiddo, listen up. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Blah 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 blah. Get the fuck out. I don't know, I like getting kicked out. There's a book over there that I need. I need a fluffy little baby to help me. I'm almost 22. Sorry, I just like that cutaway gag. Okay, wait. Go to the thingy so I can get my monies. Wait! I've commissioned all the promo art and manga. I'm too lazy. Okay. That's valid. That's valid as hell. You can get the normal stick without any money. Oh, okay. I like the cool stick though. I mean, but I mean, there also wasn't much of anything else for me to buy, so I didn't really think about conserving my money and using it for something else. It said it was 10, which is why I didn't get the regular one. Oh, that's a bank. It's not very effective for a serious combat, but it can at least do some damage. 1 damage. Technically a short sword. You don't have enough currency critters. Yeah, apparently the short stick, the regular stick is 10. Combat is gonna be that much harder now that I have a normal stick and not a cool stick. Also, that is the most fucking kid core brained ass shit, where it's like, cool stick! Okay, it looks the same no matter which one I'm using. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be brown because it's not a cool stick. Ow! Death. Okay, don't go in there. Death. Be gone! Right, it's a dead end up here. Alright, fuck it. Whoa. This really beats running past everything. Okay, so is the place that I went to originally the Tower of Tides then? Because I guess I went to a different place when I tested the game and got to the end of the demo. Which means I need to go through the other exit if I want to see what else is there out there. Third dungeon. Oh, you went to the Wind Fortress. Oh, okay. Thank you for clearing that up. You know what? I actually have not seen the beach in the daytime. I think that might be cool. Wait. Magic Archery House. Interesting. The beach in the demo is already replaced by a better one. Well, what? Was it low tide before? I guess so. Ah! Sure looks pretty. Fascinating. I'll give you a screenshot of the current version. Okay. Let's go the other way. Alright, that's a dead end. What? Sent me to my death. I can hear the enemies being alive. Oh, that's cute. The beach does look better. I must away to pizza, but I'll catch y'all when I return. No, don't catch me! I don't want to be tied up. Well, until after stream. What? No, don't. I don't want to be licked to death. Till later. What the fuck is this? A giant log, huh? That's closed off, though. I only have so much health. Rabbit Warren Woods. Sky excavation site, Village of Tides. It's actually funny because I thought that was the main place because it makes you, it lets me go further in because I go into like a different map with a different sound, or sorry, different music. Banana. Oh, here's some enemies. Ow! I can find out what a game over looks like next time. How did I skip this before? Or maybe I just ran past all these enemies when I was testing. Yeah, I must have. Alright, there we go. Thank you for playing. Please look forward to the final release later this year. Wow, later this year? Ambitious. Alright. Thank you so much for being here for me streaming it. I appreciate your work, Skittles, and I can't wait to see the final game later this year. And check out Children of Magia, everybody who was interested. I think it's gonna be really cool.